The Busy Doing Nothing.
Busy doing nothing.
Busy doing nothing.
Busy Doing Nothing podcast.
Well, speaking of someone who is selling advice,
Derrick Simpson.
yeah, this is Derrick Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Jackson?
Simpson. He's a simp.
He's not be a simp. He's not a simp.
I think he's a simp. And it takes me back to the episode we was talking about Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. Because I remember I said my definition of a simp is somebody that will put other men down to make themselves look better for whoever their target audience is.
Does
and
Russell do that?
No, not Russell, but Derrick Jaxn. That's his whole business model. Like he talks down on, other men and tries to say this is what a real man does and blah 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 blah, as if he's in what's the word
superior,
inferring that he is that superior person, and come to find out, this nigga's a fraud.
And you know what? I was saying from the very fucking beginning, I'm like, this nigga's a fraud because he give me the vibe. I have cousins.
A lot of people though, like he do though, like he give out that vibe, like see something about you.
Shit. They go on Facebook like, I just want a female best friend. I don't want no sexual. I just want a man should be able to and I can't stand niggas that talk bad about women. And I'm like, you are the most dog ass nigga I know, but I'm gonna let you live. And that's the vibe that Derrick Jaxn always fucking gave me. So when it came out, I'm like, here we go. Finally. Like, hey, it was always going to come out eventually. Like, fucking fake ass nigga. Fucking 5'2" bitch.
He's 5'2"?
He's short.
Wow.
He ain't short. He big as shit.
Somebody say he's short.
No, he's like 6 foot something. He's one of.
I still hate him.
That nigga big as shit.
I mean, I just don't like. I mean, and I'm not a big proponent of cancel culture because I feel like
it doesn't work most of the time anyway.
It doesn't, but like I don't like the idea of cancel culture. But in his situation, because I feel like his entire MO was based upon fraudulence, then it's like everything that you've said, is moot. You know what I mean? Like it.
It's not cancel culture in his case. It's like he.
It's like your whole thing was built upon lies. So it's like when cancel culture usually comes around, it's somebody that's, whatever it is that they do and they hit something, they said something or did something that was controversial and people want them to not be able to have their job anymore from something that was completely unrelated from what it is that what they do. His thing is talking about relationships and trying to tell people how to be in a relationship successfully and what a real man is and what women should look for in men. And the whole time, he's the thing that women should avoid.
It's so crazy because one of the mistresses said that he recorded one of those videos in his place while she was there, like in his condo.
A couple of his videos.
Yeah, a couple of videos. She said it's so crazy because she was walking around in a thong, like passing him shit while he was, so she wasn't on camera, but she was there while he was recording this shit. So I'm like, your dick's still wet.
I feel like he did that, one, because it was a money opportunity to make money, and two, because he used his, I guess, following, his power, social power, to get women. And that was I think those two things were his main objectives. I want to get money and I want to use my popularity to get women. But that makes him the trash man that he was trying to basically point out in all of those different videos. I don't know.
One of the women, she wasn't from his state. She didn't really know who he was. He didn't. She
never
said
saw his videos before they came out.
The doctor lady.
Yeah.
She blocked her. He blocked her from everything, so she can't pull everything up. She didn't know he was married until.
Right, and that's trash. Like he's trash. Like I don't have no respect for that because it's one thing to be like listen, life happens, blah 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 blah. I understand people, nobody's perfect, but his entire thing was always like this holier than thou type approach, and it's just like, yo, nah, like you trash, like, and it's not like I'm celebrating the fact that he's trash, but men have been trying to point this out for the longest time, and women just kept saying, you a hater, you wish you could be like him.
And I'm just in the comments liking all of these comments, like, man, this nigga fake, like.
And I'm just like, and I didn't, I'm just like, and I remember I commented on
he be
one
going hard for no reason, you be sitting there like, yo, like.
And I knew, I'm like.
And a lot of the stuff he be saying isn't that intellectually advanced. It's common sense. Like, this man be spitting hella common sense. it's like, yo, I don't understand how people look at you as this, I don't know, this figurehead for stuff.
Because he's handsome, he got muscles.
I don't know.
It's some women that's really upset though. Like I went on
his audience, I think, is broken.
Yeah, women. Like I look on YouTube, it's women that's like really out there. Like they
and he broke him even more.
Cancel him. He's like.
Oh, I missed it.
He said no.
You can slide over here though.
Yeah, I'll probably get a little bit in a minute too.
They was like, cancel him. And some girl, it was like one girl video was watching. She was sitting there saying she was a whistleblower, and she just whistleblowing all of these dudes that out here have these relationship advice channels. So she just like, I've been talking about Derrick Jaxn, and she just seemed like she was real hurt. But I was sitting there like, why? It's because she believed it. Like that's why I was like, it's because you believed it.
She still got some followers that still on like got his back too. Because I remember it was his last video he posted before he posted
when he
the
critiqued
video
himself.
Before that, he had his last relationship advice video that he posted. People like blew up on that one. Just like, man, we need you, fake ass nigga. Oh, this aged poorly. And this one girl commented and was like, we still love you. And that shit had 89 crying laughing emoji. And they went in on her like, what is like?
Probably was one of the ones that get
and she was really trying to like defend it. And I'm like, what is like, okay.
I think his target audience is literally broken women that don't know basically up from down.
Yeah,
and they'll go and they'll do whatever it is. They'll flock to whatever it is that sounds good to them. So basically, he was online basically spitting game to a bunch of downtrodden women. I hate to say it. Mm-hmm. And they all fell for it, fell in love with him, and then he realized, he ended up being the same dude, just trash. Like I don't know, I never liked him from the jump. One, because I didn't think before I even thought he was a fraud. I'm like, yo, nothing that you're saying is that
profound,
right? It's like this is common sense. Like I guess common sense ain't so common, but how are you a visionary for this stuff? Like you're not saying anything. But
my only issue with him was like none of his discussions about the women, he held them accountable. Like nothing that was about accountability. It was like, no, men need to treat you like queen, and men need to do this, and men need to do that, and like a lot of times that's not
that's
really,
what they wanted to hear.
Right. That's exactly what they need, what they wanted to hear at the time, not necessarily needed
he was
to hear.
pandering. So
yeah.
I didn't even know he had a wife though.
I didn't know the nigga had a wife.
I heard he had a wife, but I never actually seen her until they did that recent
he had
stuff.
Wife and kids and everything. I was like,
I didn't hear kids either. Like that's exactly how he had kids.
He said he never posted her on any of his social media, never acknowledged her or nothing until this shit blew up. I'm like, of course, because you want to appear single so that your followers can come and want to slob on your knob.
And now that it's out there that you are married, then he trying to use her.
How'd y'all feel about his video with the wife?
It was cringy.
It was. And him talking in the third person about himself was just the narcissism.
He wasn't even, he wasn't even taking full accountability of cheating.
He wasn't.
What's funny to me about that was his whole tune changed when he was talking about himself. He was basically trying to say, this is a guy that's trying to, be honest and be completely forthright in all of his things. He owned up to his, but before that, I think it was Charlamagne's thing. He took it back to one other video. He said it was like, a dude that cheats, you don't have no sympathy for him because he's basically trash and, it is what it is. But then when he did the video about himself, it was, you can see he's trying to, own up to it, but it's like, nah.
The craziest part about that fucking live video? Because that live video came out before the Doctor Mistress, before that shit went, public. He said that, I've been straight and narrow for 5 months. I haven't cheated on my wife for 5 months. But the fucking doctor said that they fucked 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So,
the dude, it's not really that much to dissect. We can already know that he's trash. You know what I mean? And he's lying to people, and the only broken and battered women are going to believe him. I hate to say it, but they the only ones I feel like that still back him at this point, because it's like they don't know.
Even most of them don't back him. Like, for the most part, his fan base is like falling apart. But you still got that handful of folks that just like, we still love you.
Right.
What do you mean?
Oh, you just made a mistake, Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just like some of them
Because they believe his wife. They sitting there trying to beat down his wife too.
What did she say about her bonnet? This is a
Helmet of salvation.
What is it? It was a meme that said
her fatigue was the armor, right? It was something.
Yeah.
It was a meme.
Me looking at my wife, her helmet of salvation with my
durag.
Shorty, wow. I mean, I don't want to get in on her because it's just like, she's a victim in this situation, but she kind of brought her own unwarranted heat onto herself because it's just like, what are you talking about? Like,
this is my thing. Like, you're trying to use God as justification for his actions. Like, where was God to
don't use God as a scapegoat.
I don't think she's using it as a justification. I just feel like she's using God like, you know what, I'm a woman of faith, and in my faith and my vows
I
state that I'm
don't
going to
understand
persevere.
that blindly following faith. I mean, I'm not religious at all, so I guess maybe that's why I can't. But I feel like I'm
There's probably
justified
plenty of
in
religious
saying,
people that don't that
yeah,
ain't with it either, though.
It is. I'm just like, that's kind of ridiculous. God told me to, and I think it's because a lot of married people that are religious, they feel that divorce is taboo, so they got to work it out. Like, no, what do you mean?
I think she just want her marriage to work so bad. I mean, she got kids with the nigga and everything else.
Honestly, I think she's a broken woman too. Honestly,
yeah, she is. And the doctor mistress said that he's very aggressive, so she doesn't doubt that he probably put his hands on her.
Mm-hmm.
So probably like he was saying, like we rehearse. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To put the camera on. Did
y'all see the meme where they put him basically next to the Ike Turner meme? When he was in the movie, he was holding Tina Turner's hand real hard, and that's the one with the face, the Ike Turner face.
Yeah.
But the funny thing that I've noticed about that is they both had on purple shirts. There's something about them purple shirts. Purple shirts is beat a chick with.
I really feel like months to a year or maybe 2 years from now, we're gonna hear that his wife filed a petition for divorce, and I'm not gonna be surprised when her family finally get into her head and it's like, bitch, because it's not the first time he did this. It's just the first time it's gone public.
It's definitely not the first time.
It's just the first time it's gone public. He's cheated with multiple women, and so she's found out more than once. They said he was cheating on her back when they were in college. You're just not new to her. Now it's public though. I feel like eventually her family gonna probably get in her head, or maybe not, because she probably just really insecure.
Do y'all think she might have just stuck it out or be sticking it out because he's, I guess, successful and now he has money coming in, so it's just like whatever?
Possibly.
But I feel like that's going to dry up too because his market is drying up because he's a fraud. So eventually it's going to be like, well, what's left to stick around for?
And the fact that he plugged his book
in the same video.
Right.
Oh my God.
Did.
He plugged his fucking book in the fucking live video while speaking in the third person about his own fucking infidelity. My nigga.
Dude is wild.
What? I was just watching that shit the whole time, just like.
When I watched that video, at first I was just like, man, I was thinking about Will and Jada. Because I was just like, that whole situation with,
she kind of skated on a lot of
that. I thought about that situation. I was like, all right, they out here in the public. This is nobody's business. Like, I really don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. And it was the same thing about this one. I was like, I don't care. But then I was like, all right, I'm a little concerned, though, because she looked like something going on. Because I was just like, she just looked like something going on. But at the same time.
Better woman,
yeah, that's what I was like, it's something going on.
I kept seeing people in the comments like, blink twice if you need help.
Yeah, that's what I was like, it's like something going on.
Too.
But I was like, but at the same time, like Will and Jada, they said that they dealt with this in private. Like maybe she just looked hurt, just like Will Smith was looking hurt. And I was just like, because he looked sad. So I'm saying, maybe she looked sad, like he looked sad. So I'm just going to mind my business. But then she put that video out, her live video out afterwards. And that's when I was like, all right, now I know she crazy. There's something going on.
I think Will Smith kind of tried to just, jump in front of that bullet for his wife and try to do that. And I mean, I guess you could say she's trying to do the same thing, but she just looks stupid, with some of the stuff that she's saying.
That's what she trying, but it's a whole nother dynamic.
Because they're not, Will and Jada aren't relationship gurus.
Yeah.
Quote unquote gurus. Exactly. Neither one of them is like that. So it's just
and then for a while, we always knew something was going on with them anyway, that they had open relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it wasn't no secret, that they was going, something like that might have happened.
Swingers.
Or whatever. We didn't even know he had a wife. Like, so we didn't even know he had a wife for nothing. So for that's a whole nother, a different dynamic. So, I don't know.
I feel a little bit bad for her because the bullying she getting, because niggas said bullying her about her looks. Like,
that's just mean.
I don't like that part.
Yeah.
Because she can look however she want to look. If that's the case, he wouldn't have married her. You know what I mean?
That's not a reason to cheat on her.
No.
Either. Like, if she could look like fucking Quasimodo, you married that fucking hunchback bitch. Like, if you don't want to be with her.
Wait, are you referring to Quasimodo or are you referring to his wife?
I'm not talking about his wife. I'm saying, like, if you don't want to be with her, break it off, divorce her. You don't, like...
He probably don't want to do that either because he don't want to pay that half or whatever, whatever their settlement would be.
You don't, but don't keep...
Eddie.
How long have they been married?
At least since college, right? How many years? Like, they think it's like 10 years.
I was tripping off the fact that the internet really dug up his football stats. On the football team. He was trash. Like, he didn't get no burn. Like, it was just like, you just big for nothing.
He irritate my soul, like...
I don't like him. I mean, again, because he doesn't speak from a realistic position. Like, granted, you want to try to be optimistic or idealistic, but at the same time, you have to be reasonable. Like, if you really want to be real, being monogamous, it's a challenge. It's hard because it's like, I don't think naturally as humans we're programmed to be like one person only forever. You know what I mean? Like, it's a social construct, and it's not easy, but it's doable, especially if you got the right person that you with. But to be like, if a man doesn't do X, Y, and Z, or if he's not 100% faithful and committed to you, then it's all him, and he's trash, and all this other stuff. Whole time he's recording these videos outside the mistress's house, and it's just like, come on, yo. Like, be real. Like, if he'd have been more authentic with his stuff, nobody would have really... had anything to say about him. That's why I feel like I call him a simp. I think he's a simp.
I agree, because like he went off on a pastor that was cheating.
He's just being guilty. Like, I feel like he was doing all of this, going off
throwing
on
stones
other
from
people.
a glass house.
Yeah, like going off on other people because he know he was doing dirt.
Right, and I would have even respected it more if his positions that he was speaking from was a position of him basically portraying it as, I know this is how men are supposed to be because I used to be the exact opposite, or I've done things opposite of that and I learned my lesson. It was never that type of approach. It was just that I know better, and y'all should know better because I'm telling y'all to know better. But it was just like, yo, you're a fraud. I don't like frauds.
There's other people like him out there, though. He's not the only one that does this. So
He's not.
He ain't the only one who do stuff like that. And so many women out here.
Just exploiting
like,
people with their vulnerabilities.
He's so vulnerable and they over here listening to these freaking men.
It's crazy because I watch a lot of serial killer documentaries and shit like that. But I was watching like a documentary about the whole, Jamestown. You ever hear the phrase "Don't drink the Kool-Aid" from that cult that like that. So I was watching a documentary about Jim Jones, the dude. And Jim Jones, I'm like, he was like Derrick Jaxn too, because like his wife ended up like he had an affair on his wife, and he would preach about how you shouldn't cheat, and it's so messed up. And if you cheat, God's gonna da da da. He like that was his big thing. He was so against it, but the whole time he was having an affair on his wife. And when she got sick and she couldn't, like, her back was fucked up, she couldn't fuck him no more. He was like, all right, well, this little 19-year-old bitch from the church, I'm going to just fuck her if that's okay. And she's like, he somehow convinced her that was okay.
That's not cheating, though. I mean,
he was cheating before that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I was about to say, if she agreed to it, it's not necessarily cheating.
Yeah, and it's like he had these people so brainwashed. Like he went to the church and like, hey, I know I said cheating was bad, but you see that 19-year-old bitch over there, and the church, everybody was just like,
amen.
Okay. And I'm like, that shit is wild, Derrick Jaxn Jones.
That's that cult of personality. Some people in this world just got that. They just got that gab, that gift of gab, and they can get people to do shit. That's some scary shit though. Like, that's scary.
Yeah.
You ever come across somebody who got that gift of gab? Like,
Yeah, I guess the frustrating part was a lot of people was able to see it. It was like, yo, this dude is not like that. And then the people that was just blindly following him was basically, again, calling everybody that didn't agree with him a hater, or saying that they were the trash men that he was referring to, basically the hit dogs will holler thing.
How funny would it be if Derrick Jaxn started cold?
He already had a call.
He probably already got one.
Those
his following, the ones that still following him.
The one that's still following him.
Because he give off them cult leader vibes though. Like,
that's what he has
you got power, you got a following, and you super comfortable with reaching out to your followers to try to fuck. Mm-hmm. That's some cult leadery type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I feel like that was his goal all along.
Shit, like,
yeah, he got a cult. He has a cult.
I honestly feel like that was his goal all along. Like you can kind of just see the. I don't know. Like he come across to me as like an insecure type of guy. If you want to be like super muscular, because that muscular, then people think you were a tough guy or whatever. And then it's just like with some of the stuff that the women's was saying about him, about how he was. I lost my train of thought. That's that backyard punch. I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying.
Oh shit.
I just don't like him. And he's one of the only, well, not only, but one of the few people that I would say cancel that nigga. Like, I
wonder, because like I said, cancel culture never really works.
I mean,
I feel like this is one of the most justified situations that I've seen in a while.
He canceled. Ain't even a culture.
And you would think so,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I was thinking about this earlier. Like, think about a lot of people who were canceled. Like,
I seen it was a rally recently about R. Kelly, like basically support or free R. Kelly or something like that.
Yeah, goofy shit. And what's her name? Doja Cat.
Oh, I don't know.
She was supposed to be canceled for saying nigger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that didn't happen.
Or no, letting white supremacists call her nigger to release herself.
And she is one of the top female rappers right now. She blowing up a lot, and
that's because they try to dress that up as kink shame. Like, oh, we're shaming her for a kink. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, it kind of seemed like whatever, but.
And then not everybody knew about what was going on too. I feel like that situation. Like, I know what happened, but it's still a lot. It's like her.
Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna, and he still got a career.
Yeah, right, true.
Because he's handsome and he can sing and dance.
R. Kelly is not handsome. Why does R. Kelly still have a following?
He can sing.
See,
women find R. Kelly attractive.
The Chris Brown thing.
Not y'all, maybe, but a lot of older women.
The Chris Brown thing is bad, but it's a little different because at the time he was still a teenager, I believe, right?
Really
Nah.
No, he wasn't. I thought he was, but
he was wrong.
If you,
He was like 20.
did you watch his documentary though, the one on Netflix?
That was biased.
I don't know.
That was his documentary, right?
It was his documentary, but even still, like, there was never any, she didn't come out and refute anything that he said in his documentary at all. So it was just like,
I think Rihanna,
she probably didn't care.
Is at the status where she ain't even got
She's
to
healed
shit
from it,
no
yeah.
more.
yeah, she probably didn't care.
She don't care no more.
But if somebody is just blatantly lying and getting paid for a documentary,
Oprah. That's it.
True.
Like, there's no one else she's gonna speak about that shit with.
but I would think that if whatever he was saying was false, completely false, she would have found some type of channel to be like, nah, you lying. Even if she don't necessarily dedicate a whole lot of time to it, there would have been something that came out of it like, nah.
Or her representatives would have been like,
Chris Brown displaying like violent tendencies, like
Karrueche, yeah.
Karrueche,
Oh, see, I don't know
the chick he was choking on his balcony.
Yeah.
Karrueche, somebody he choked on his balcony?
No, the
somebody
thing
else.
I think it was Big Mother, but the thing on ABC, like, he has violent tendencies.
I don't know nothing about none of those. I was only talking specifically about the Rihanna situation. Now, if he's still doing weird stuff, then
He's just been continually being violent.
And then you got drugs.
Yeah.
Right, so
cocaine.
Right, but no, I mean, I don't support him doing that. But in terms of that Rihanna situation, I was just like,
Chris Brown gave me rich crackhead vibes.
That cancel culture shit don't work. If your talent supersede whatever you've been deemed up or enough time passed, you're gonna be back in the spotlight. The only person I've seen it affect was Roseanne.
Yeah, but that's because she was trying to come back when nobody was even really. Nobody tripping.
I don't know what she got canceled for.
She said something racist on Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't think it was racist. Like,
it wasn't even blatantly racist. It was just
I think she called her a monkey, and everybody associate. When you call a black person a monkey, regardless, like somebody could look just like a fucking monkey, but if a white person calls them a monkey, you're a racist. We've seen some niggas that look like monkeys.
Another good point. Cardi B with the whole drugging dudes and robbing them.
Yeah,
how the fuck did she not get her career ruined by that? I don't know.
Because she was doing it to men.
She was talking about it in past tense.
But that's not even it. The black
Cosby was
So
really
what?
missing
Yeah,
But I'm saying, I think that's how she skated on it,
If
because
she
it's
was
not like
white,
something that they
if
found out
Cardi
that
B
she
was white, she never would have bounced back from that shit. Black community.
No, she was white. She would have bounced back.
I was about to say, I think if she was white, it
I
never
feel
would have
like
really
the black
been.
community really glorify a lot of shit. They overlook
I don't
that
know,
shit.
yeah,
Oh,
if
I
she
like
was
R.
white,
Kelly
I
music.
don't
I
know.
don't
I don't even think we would have heard of it if she was white.
Nah.
Her people would like, no, don't take
Because
that.
she wouldn't be white saying some shit like that.
Yeah, she would have never said it.
She wouldn't have
Her
said
PR
it.
people like, no.
Right. She wouldn't have said nothing like that.
Oh yeah, she did like say the shit.
Yeah, like she said it.
Stupid ass. But Cardi B do graze the noggin is a little bit slow. She gave me slow vibes
crazy.
a little bit. But
A little lead, baby.
she can't. I know she like bilingual, but half the time like she listening to her talk, I be like,
She sounds like she be chewing her tongue sometimes.
I don't know. It's just this whole world crazy with all this cancel shit and people just overreacting to shit. And
I know for a fact if I ever get famous, hella
We
shit I
gonna get
said.
canceled. We gonna get canceled.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
gonna get like 6 months of good light, and then somebody will be like, wait a minute, what is this busy doing? Nothing. He said this is gay.
several times.
He wasn't even speaking about homosexuals. He just was calling stuff gay. That's not cool.
It's like, look, I said it.
They be like, Lee obviously has a problem with Mexicans.
And strippers.
The camera was not
Right.
The camera was not rolling when I said that, and
Oh.
it wasn't racist.
No, it wasn't. This has been the Busy Doing Nothing podcast. I am your host, Mr. Freemans. To my left, I have
Princess, aka Penny D, and to my left I have
Prince Taylor, aka Doc. To
Enunciate
my
the hell
left I
out of
have.
What the fuck was I saying? Lee came.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you go to www.bdnpodcast.com for the full experience. Make sure you go to www.freemansclothing.com to get your gear, Printy D's Creation on social media for your jewelry, Doc's Castle LLC for your read-ups, your blogs, your artwork, and the Milo Shop for your hair products, and Press On Nails coming soon. Until next time, y'all stay safe. Social distance if we still doing that. I don't know.